Today we're taking a look at this Night Fox Pro. This is a digital night vision binocular. It has multiple mounting options. You can mount it to GoPro type helmet accessories, which we'll show. You can mount it with a tripod mount, which also coincidentally allows you to use it as a clip-on weapon mount. So I'll show you how you do that as well. This has dual illuminators, 940 and 850, so you can have either a 940 only illumination or both. You can also go into a passive mode where there's no illuminator. It records daytime video. It records nighttime video. Has full audio capability. You have still picture capability. So this is a very cool device. Now you have in the front, you're able to adjust your focus. And in the rear, you've got a diopter here to adjust for your prescription. It's Type-C USB rechargeable. It takes a mini data card, micro USB, I don't know, whatever they call the thing, but it takes a mini card, and that does come with it in the package. Okay, now this is not shock rated, so you're going to want to make sure you're not throwing this thing around or whatever. You're going to take good care of it. But it does have feels almost like a rubberized finish coating. I guess it's just a texture of plastic, but it's not built like crap either. So just because it's not shock rated does not mean that it's built poorly either. This is IPX54 rated, so 5 dust ingress, 4 water ingress. That means that it can get splashed on. You could use this for hunting in like a light to moderate rain or anything like that. But you would not want to submerge this thing. It's not rated for that. These are about $199 on Amazon. So for the versatility of this and the value that you're getting, this is a pretty good deal. Now I'm going to splice in a bunch of different footage throughout this video, showing how we use it as a clip-on weapon binocular, how we use it mounted to our helmet. I'm going to show you a lot of footage of what the performance is like at night. The first thing we're going to do here is put it on our helmet. Okay, so now with the helmet mount, you can use this with your various standard GoPro accessories. It's going to slide right on there, like this. And then there's a wing nut that's going to go in there, just like this one. I don't know where the heck I put it, but that's going to lock it into position, okay, for the left and right. So you can adjust this forward and back and left and right with what comes in the package. And then you can set up your own GoPro accessories to allow you some vertical adjustment. But there you go. See how that looks? Okay, and here's how it looks on my head. Now, like I said, you do have left-right adjustment. You have forward and back adjustment. And depending on the type of setup that you're using for your arms, you can have up and down adjustment too. Now, I don't like helmets. I don't normally wear helmets, so this is not how I particularly use it. This is a U.S. Army ACH low cut. I personally like it either as a binocular to keep in your survival gear so that you have the ability to see what's going on at night, or sitting in your tree stand looking around, you know, just before the sun comes up or at dusk when that light's starting to go away. You can use this to spot animals, or you can use this as a clip-on weapon sight. Okay, so you can use this device here, which is something I got off Amazon. It's very inexpensive. I think this was like $20. When you get one, make sure you get the aluminum one. Let me show you what we got here. So what this does is this device clicks on your Picatinny rail, and then the top has a tripod mount. So this way you can mount any accessory that has a tripod attachment to your Picatinny rail. So this is very useful, but this is what I use for the Night Fox Pro. Now, I've spoken to the people at Night Fox, and they're working on a better mounting solution for it, but this is what I've come up with on my own, and it works well enough. Now, one thing I am going to say, if you're using this as a clip-on weapon mount, again, this is not G-Shock rated. So stick to 22 long rifles, and the heavier the gun, the better, because you don't want to rattle it too much. I have tested this. I put a couple hundred rounds of 22 downrange using this on a variety of ARs, and it works well for me. So, your mileage may vary, but I have verified that it works in this capacity. And like I said, I'm going to show live fire footage in the video here. So, what we're going to do is we have our tripod mount right here. You just take this, and this screws in right here, like this. Okay, and that's how your tripod mount works. All right. Now, I recommend putting it on your Picatinny rail first, and then attach.
Daddy shot.
Oh, look, everyone! It's little Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. Come here. You want to show your costume to the world? Say, look. I'm Sally.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Don't touch. Don't touch. Okay. Go over to mommy.
Okay.
So what I like to do is I actually put this onto the firearm first. So let me do that. Now we have here a Bear Creek Arsenal 943N. This is a 10.5-inch upper. It's got a 416R stainless steel 223 wild match grade 1 1/8-inch upper. So this is like a mini sniper rifle, I guess you could say. This is very accurate. I have another video coming soon, and headshots with this guy at 100 yards are absolutely no problem. Let me get this set up here and I'll show you how it looks. Okay, so what you're going to do is this is going to mount on your rail. You're going to want a 1.93-inch mount. I have a ScalarWorks Leap mount here. And you just take this right here and screw this right on there. Okay, now once you get it screwed on, you're going to use this adjustment wheel right here and tighten that down so that it gets nice and tight. There we go. You want it so that it's nice and tight and behind the optic, lined up. See how they're lined up, aligned properly? Now, this does not get rock solid with this type of mounting solution, but a 22 has very little recoil. It doesn't really move, so it's good to go. Okay, now let me finish setting this up and I'll show you how this goes. Okay, so when I use this with the standard AR with the CMMG Bravo 22 conversion kit. I use this in tons of my videos. This is an awesome kit. If you never heard of it or you don't have one, I highly recommend getting it because it's incredibly versatile and really allows you to do a lot of practice with your AR for very little money. Anyway, if you look at this from the front, you can see that the way this is set up, the illuminators are partially blocked by your mount. What happens is that if you turn on the illuminators on the unit, they're going to light up the mount and the back of the red dot and wash everything out. So that's a no-go. Okay, so what you're going to do, you're going to set your unit to passive night vision. All right. And then you're going to use an off, which is IR0 setting. And then what you're going to do is you're going to use an off-board illuminator. So what I have here is a Bryonite T28 Artemis. This is a triple mode illuminator. It's got a switch up top that's 940, 850, and white light. Okay. 850 is going to give you the most range at night, but it's visible to the naked eye. 940 is much less visible to the naked eye, but you won't get as much range. And then, of course, it's got a white light mode. So I've been using it on a bunch of different firearms, particularly with this setup, and it works really, really well. So definitely check these guys out. On the back, you can adjust the intensity of the light, and you can adjust the zoom, and I highly recommend it. It also comes with a pressure switch. I'm not a big pressure switch guy, but the white light is 600 lumens, and I believe the output for the infrared is 5 watts. So this goes up front on your rail. Okay, so this mounts right here like this. This is designed to be used as a weapon-mounted light, so you don't got to worry about messing it up with a 22, certainly. If you were using this in some other capacity on a 5.56 or whatever, bigger, I would move it back so that your bezel is not kissing your flash hider like that. But in this application with a 22, that's perfectly fine. Now we take our CMMG mag, pop it in there, and we are night vision ready. Okay. And to top it all off, we could throw it on our little Mighty triplex bipod right here. This is a nice lightweight option. And like I said, this is a match grade barrel, so you got yourself like a little nighttime match grade varmint removal device right here. Very, very, very cool setup. And our optic is a CV Life Eagle Feather Multi Reticle. That's a 2mm dot with the 65 MOA outer circle. So now I'm going to start splicing in some footage so you could see what kind of performance you're going to get out of this guy. All right, so here we are. We're taking a look across the street at night on my homestead, which is really dark. And this is my neighbor's house, and it's about 150 yards away. And again, it is pitch black outside. I'm only using the 940 nanometer illuminator of the T28 Artemis in this video. And you could see that that is excellent performance. You have no problem at all seeing that vehicle, seeing the garage, seeing if someone was inside the vehicle. You have no problem at all picking them up. And you can see how clearly the reticle shows up. Now in this next one, this is a range of about, I don't know, 40 yards or so. And I'm looking inside my garage at my vehicle parked inside my garage. With the night vision turned off, you can see how absolutely dark it is in there. I click on the night vision and you could see clear as day inside that pitch black garage, and you would easily be able to target any kind of a threat, or, you know, in a garden type of environment, any kind of little, you know, pests or predators in your chicken coop. This is absolutely great for sniping raccoons and things like that. I've used it for that many times. Possums, etc. Okay, folks, so this next clip that I'm going to splice in, I'm using this on my range at night, and it'll have a narration. Okay, so we're going to try and go left to right. We're going to go 8-inch, then bowling pin, and 6-inch. Okay, here we go. So you got to wait for the smoke to clear to see where you're aiming. Now with a longer barrel, that won't be happening, but you could see that bowling pin is definitely moving. We hit that for sure. Let's see this. And you heard that clang, so we hit the 6-inch spinner as well. 8-inch. Smoke clears. 6-inch. Definitely hit that as well. So you could see that you can definitely hit targets with this. Now, with a longer 16-inch barrel or a suppressor or something like that, you're going to be able to get rapid fire shots much more quickly. Okay? Because it's going to contain a lot of that smoke. All right? Because this is a 10-inch barrel, you're going to need a lot more obscurant. Now, this is not rated for shock. This is not rated for G's. So I definitely would not attempt this with something larger than the 22 long rifle. And honestly, the heavier the gun, the less G's are going to be imparted into the unit, the better off you're going to be. I have seen where the recoil of the gun disconnects the battery from the spring end for a second, and it shuts the unit off. You got to turn it back on. So if I was going to do this all the time, what I would probably do is wrap some tin foil around that end of the around the negative end of the battery to make sure you're not losing contact with the recoil. But it does definitely work. You could hear that plain as day. Now on a particularly windy night, you know, the wind would blow it right out of your way real quick, and it would work fine. So now this particular unit I'm using, this is a Brynite infrared. I'll put the model number on the screen, but you can adjust both the intensity of the light right here, because there is a happy medium. If you got too much infrared illuminator, you're going to wash out your picture. So this allows you to pick what level of infrared you want. And then you also have the ability to get in here and go to a flood mode or a wide field. Now with this, at this range, the wide field is the way to go. If you're shooting at a farther target, you would definitely want the flood, and you'd probably want more intensity, okay? But right here, like I said, we're at about, I don't know, probably 20 yards right here, and you could see that target. Can we zoom in? Can we focus a little better on this? See if we can get it a little sharper. Yeah, I think that's about as sharp as we're gonna get it right there. But you can clearly see those clangers right there. There we go. You know, a mouse in this particular terrain would be very tricky to see at this range, but a raccoon or a possum, no problem. If you were sitting there camping out in your garden at night waiting for that raccoon to show up, you know, a raccoon's a heck of a lot bigger than this clanger right here that I'm looking at, and no problem to hit that. So for pest control, this would definitely get the job done. Okay, let's go back inside. Okay, folks, so you saw the performance of this Night Fox. Now, of course, performance is going to be similar without the optic in front of it. So the performance I showed you using this as a clip-on night vision device is going to be very similar to the performance that you're going to see using this as a monocular or clipped on your helmet. Okay, in fact, it might even be a little bit better because there's no optic in your way. Now, I will say that using this as a night vision optic device, I got personally the best performance on 3X, okay? Even at close range. At 1X, everything looks very small. It's kind of hard to make out what's going on. 3X, it zooms everything in, and it's still really useful for close quarters stuff. But again, this is not G-Shock rated, so I'm not trying to tell you to put this on your home defense carbine or anything. This is going to be great for fun, plinking, shooting, pest control. I would say that at night, your realistic, useful range in this capacity, you know, it depends a lot on the lighting outside and what have you. You saw that when I was aiming at my neighbor's garage, and, you know, that's an unoccupied home, so you don't got to worry about me pointing my light at anybody. Unfortunately, that gentleman passed away some months ago, so the home has been unoccupied. But you're able to see that I could easily see 150 yards with it. Now, you saw later in the shooting footage that you know, in the woods where my targets are, that's pitch black. So it's, you know, 25, 30 yards in those lighting conditions. It really is going to depend a lot on ambient light, how much overhead cover and shadow there is and stuff like that. This company, Night Fox, they are innovating at the speed of light. You know, I've actually been using their products now for like 5 years. I think I had their first generation, which was the Night Fox Red. Then I had, my buddy got the Cape, Night Fox Cape, and another buddy has a Night Fox Red. And each one is getting incrementally, significantly better. So this is about their third or fourth generation night vision devices they got out. And you know, I really look forward to what they're coming with next because they have been improving by leaps and bounds. But if you're on a tight budget and you want some level of night vision capability for airsoft, for your clip-on, for your helmet, you know, for hunting and spotting, for pest control in your garden, you know, just to play around with and have fun with, this is absolutely worth the $200. So I hope you guys all found this interesting. I hope you found it to be informative. You all have a wonderful day. Freedom by me.